All right, guys, we are here in Carver, Mass, back home. It's actually not back home. It's right in town next door to where I grew up. But this is the gym that we use when we come up here in Massachusetts. We are doing a vacation here up at Cape Cod. So we got one day here in the local area, and then we're gonna go about an hour south to the Cape for the next, that'd be 7 to 10 days. So we are gonna be doing something out of Miami, and you guys are gonna see an arm workout today. We're gonna start with biceps. We are doing a low cable, 2-arm, kind of this like an incline version of a curl. The arms are behind you, that's why. So normally when you do on an incline bench, your arms are back right here and you're gonna curl up like there. We're doing the exact same thing, just standing. You step forward a little bit, keep that arm behind you, and you curl. Your elbows are not gonna come forward, you're not gonna lift like this. We're just gonna keep it back and curl up like that. We're already warmed up, ready to rock and roll. As always, we start with biceps first. Let's go. This is a bad camera angle because you guys are just gonna see here. You're not really gonna see the arm. So we're gonna put this right here. So you guys are gonna see obviously the stretch of the arm and how that very much looks like an incline curl. So we're replicating the incline curl. I like to use, we actually did the incline curl last week. So when we were doing our arms after the back workout. So we're gonna do 3 sets. That was about 12 reps. Felt really good. What it does is it keeps constant tension on the bicep through all the way from the flex position all the way back here, all the way to the top. So there is no point in which the bicep gets any kind of break. So when you do some kind of curls like this, at the top, there's a break if you're using dumbbells. Okay, at the bottom, there's a break because you're gonna rest, okay? This position puts it in a flex position the entire time. So from the absolute bottom to the absolute top, you're getting constant tension on the biceps. All right, let's go. We're gonna move on to the next one. Well, you guys can see. Up, there you go. Up, up, up. Sit. 40. Get up. Last one. So today is a travel day, and travel day to Massachusetts. So I woke up early this morning, did our fasted cardio, 45 minutes, did our crunches. We got the kids up, got on the plane, going all the way from from Miami to Boston, and then drove down about an hour. My parents live an hour south of Boston, and then tomorrow we'll drive another hour south to where we're at on the Cape. So definitely good to get away, but we'll go into that in a second. You guys think owning a business is all fun and games. All right, let's go, lock it in. Last one, come on, pick it up. 15, come on. Let's go. Yep. 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 So one thing I want you guys to understand, when you own your own business, okay, especially when you're in that growth stage that we are in right now, we are growing, we're still a young company, we're only 4 years old, there is no vacations, absolutely no vacations. I woke up this morning to international text messages on my walk, handling that kind of business. When I get to the airport, before I take off, I'm on the phone with my manufacturer, I'm on the phone with my business partner. When I land 3 hours later, I have 20, 30 text messages from customers to group chats within the business to my warehouse manager, everything. And it just doesn't stop. You know, I had some customer service stuff that we needed to handle. Some lady went batshit crazy, thinking we ripped her off. Customer service trying to figure out what's going on there. Lady says she was charged $275 for mascara, even though we don't sell mascara here at alphasuppsusa. But just one of those things that people think it's very easy to own your own business, and it's something that I love. It's something that I appreciate the opportunity to do what I do. But at the end of the day, this is not gonna be 10 days where I can just relax on the beach and just spend the entire time with my kids. Yes, I'm going to disconnect. Yes, I'm gonna be away from my normal things, but our first workout is being recorded. All of our workouts will be recorded. Business has to continue to go on, because if it doesn't, someone else is gonna eat your lunch. All right, sorry, but that's just how the world is. If we are not working, if we are not pushing further and further forward, you're gonna be left behind. Ava said the other day, is like, you're gonna get to a point where you can just like not work and you just still make money. It's not how it works. I told her, I said, listen, you never get to a point, because I eventually will get to a position as an owner that I'm need to guide the ship. And I gave it this analogy, is that most of the time the plane or the ship drives itself, but you have to guide it in the direction that it goes. And if you slowly start to lose focus and do not spending the time in the business, you start to drift offline. And that will lead to hundreds and thousands of dollars and time and effort that you're going in the wrong direction. Yes, it might seem in the beginning like it's only veering a little bit, but eventually you will way off course. And that's what I just want you guys to understand. I mean, I love what I do. I'm not complaining. I'm not bitching and moaning. I wouldn't have it any other way. But at the end of the day, this is a enjoyable time with my family. I wouldn't even call it a complete vacation, because we're gonna be working, we're gonna be grinding, we're gonna be doing those things. And listen, I'm not gonna miss the gym, all right? And you guys get to enjoy my goofy ass and this humor and all the tidbits that I give you while we go. So we're gonna find the next exercise. I'm gonna try this machine over here, see how this works. We'll get it and go. It's funny, I was just talking about how the game never stops, and I have my phone on the bench. Now, I don't look at my phone or go on my phone that much, but I was about to put it in my bag and I saw a customer. The customer said, do you have L-carnitine in stock? You know, they're an East Coast company. It's almost 7 o'clock, 6:30 over here. Just doesn't stop. They're always looking. You know what? You have to answer them. Because if you don't answer them, someone else will. If you don't take care of them, someone else will. So I answered him back. We got everything, all 5 flavors. And if he responds to something else, I'll hit him at the end of the workout. Oh, it's a good feel. So it's a little bit different feel. Has my arms more perpendicular to the ground. Perpendicular means like that towards the ground. They're not at an angle like this. Just hits it differently. You guys hear me say all the time, there's not a better approach to doing bicep curls. There's different approaches, and you gotta find what approaches your body connects with, and you have a great mind muscle connection. Those first curls felt great. These right here, they feel good. So we're gonna keep going with it. If I started warming up and I was not getting a connection with it, I would have moved on, okay? So that's usually how it is with it. I know what exercises don't work, so I kind of stay away from those. But when it comes to machines, unless I've tied that machine, you know, which it happens from time to time, you see this exact same machines from one gym to the next, and you know, like, hey, listen, that leg press just doesn't jive right, or that hack squat, or I'm looking at leg equipment right now behind the camera. But even like with a preacher, like it just doesn't connect with me. It's the same brand, same everything. So you just don't warm up with it. You don't try it. You got to understand there's certain things that will work for you and certain things that won't. Someone like myself that's been doing this for so long, I'm not going to do things that I know are just going to aggravate past injuries, not get that mind muscle connection, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're new, I advise you not to just do exactly what I'm doing. I advise you to try all the different exercises, okay? I would say, to some regard, don't follow verbatim every single workout that I do, okay? I think that one of my biggest pitfalls that I had is I would just follow workouts constantly to a T, regardless of the feedback I was getting, because I liked that bodybuilder, or I liked their physique, or I liked that body part of that bodybuilder, even though I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't getting the same type of feedback that I was from other exercises. So we're gonna move on to a spider curl. We're gonna do it a little bit differently. Last time we did them both at the same time. We're gonna do one, we're gonna alternate. One, 2. I'm gonna go a little heavier. The next one, we'll move this bench a little bit so it's in the middle of there. Yeah, we're gonna go up, probably say the 30s. We're at 27 and a half. That was just too light. All right, we're gonna go right into it. I don't need a long rest. That was an easier overall set. So I'd rather fail on this because we're going quick. 1, 2,
But if not, do you want to try and look right?
3. Because we went quick on that one. I'm gonna go up on weight again, give ourselves a normal rest period, and then we'll see how we go right there. So we're gonna go up to 35. All right, last one. Come on, baby. Let's go. Yep. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, we made up that extended set. Bullshit. So we did 12 and 12, 6, 6, 3 and 3. It's made up in our head. We're done. Biceps. I'm gonna move on to triceps now. Let's go. Moving on to triceps. We already loaded up. We got an easy curl bar here. We're gonna do some push downs, just straight up sets of push downs. We're gonna get locked in, 12 reps. That's gonna be the goal. Just push it out. Nothing crazy. Get right in the meat of the tricep and just push. Up. Yeah, get over it. All right, now. Hey. Looking away from the camera just because I got a mirror over here that's bigger than looking at that little camera right there, the little screen that's on the camera. So, but yeah, we're in that position right here. We're just doing a push down. As always, guys, when we do our triceps, you know that I like to alternate between a push down and then a stretch over the head position. So I haven't thought exactly what that exercise is gonna be next, but you know it's coming. That's always been my bread and butter, is alternating between those two exercises. Sometimes we superset. Last week we supersetted between doing some of these, or actually we started with the overheads and then went into these. So today we're gonna do some push downs and then we'll move into that once we're done with the 3 sets. When it comes to arms, because we're locked in, as you guys see, we don't do any, there is no really compound exercises. I'm not doing close grip bench press. That one fucks my shoulders. We don't do barbell curls. That one fucks my wrist, everything in my arms, other than the muscles at hand, okay? So we're trying to work our triceps. We're gonna do a close grip bench. Does nothing for my triceps. All it does is hurt everything else. Same thing with barbell curls. So these exercises are targeted, so that means that we don't really need to use huge long rest periods because we're only using just those muscles that are being targeted. Go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Last one. Dig it up. 2. There you go. Why do we make all that noise? You guys already know. You guys already know. That's just what we do. I have no idea why. We just do. Does it help with my performance? I don't know. I've just been doing it since I was a fucking kid, man. You can laugh about it. You can think I'm doing it to bring attention to myself, but it's not. I'm doing it because I fucking love it. And I've always done it. So that one felt really good. Actually felt better than the first set. We're gonna do one more set of those. We're gonna give about another 20 to 30 seconds. Go right into that. And then I think we're just gonna use this bar and I'm gonna bring this down a little bit and then we're gonna do some overheads. I don't know exactly what the weight is, so I'll probably turn the camera off so we can kind of warm up, figure out what that weight that feels good. Who knows? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Come on, baby. That. Yep. That. There you go. 2 sets, baby. All right, showtime, baby. So we found the weight. I think we're gonna do about 160. A little awkward getting into this. It is what it is, okay? So we're gonna go over here, come here, get over it, and we're gonna squat into position. All right, let's go. 2, 3, 4. Now, you might ask yourself, why do I ditch the weight when I go like this and I let it go? Because it's behind my neck and I don't want to twist. I don't want to get my arm in my rotator cuff, my shoulder in a bad situation. So I come to the bottom part as much as possible, try to let it, and then let go of it completely. You want to make sure that when you do this exercise right here, you don't put it at the absolute bottom. You put it where it's not going to touch, but it's also one of those things that if you do put a little bit extra back, you can drop the weight is done and over. If you put it at the absolute bottom, you're going to have a situation where you're going to have to drop the weight and it's going to come crashing down. And honestly, yes, I'm making a little bit more noise than normal. Yes, it's maybe crashes a little bit, maybe an inch or two, but you're not going from here all the way to the bottom, which is like a 2 or 3 foot drop. And honestly, you're going to break a weight stack that way. Okay, so be smart, be careful when you're setting these things up, guys. Okay, and ladies. Up, okay. Gonna get that up, stretch position. Go. Yep. 2, 3, 4. Babe. There we go. There you go. It's all done. One more. Una más. It's a little crazy too. You go from the different atmosphere of Miami. I always consider myself the white guy in Miami with the red hair and everything like that. And everybody else is Hispanic and stuff. So when you come up here, that Massachusetts, I see all my people. Okay. And it's different. Obviously, the music's different. The atmosphere is different. The culture is different. The walls, when you see we have all of our sports teams. You got the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Celtics, all that kind of stuff all over the walls. You never see that in Miami, okay? Very rarely do you even see any of their sports teams that they put in there. And it's just a different culture. It's what I've been used to. So my home truly is Miami. Where I grew up is Massachusetts. So I've been there for 15 years now. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it is funny when you come here, you definitely see the culture shock. Or back to the culture that I grew up in. All right, so we get in this situation. Up. Let's go. Yep. 2. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. I'm gonna do some pump sets of some rope push downs, and then we're gonna go into some single arm overheads. Definitely severely lower the weight here. This is the difference between when you use a rope as opposed to a bar. So I was at 180 when I was doing these push downs. Like I said, it's a meat and potatoes exercise, very similar of what you could consider the close grip, whereas you're locked in and you're pushing out with your triceps. Whereas this, with a rope, to get a full range of motion and do it correctly, I had to drop it all the way to 80 pounds. More than 50%. Probably closer to do the math, it's probably 60% less. All right. Now, doesn't mean I'm not able to get a great overall workout. It's just, this is what doing this exercise effectively requires when it comes to weight. 1, 2, 3, 1. No idea why I did sets of 3, but whatever. Sometimes, as you guys have seen over the videos that I count, how I break down the sets. So if I'm doing 15, most of the time it's 5 sets of 3. But this time I just counted to 3 and then started over. I don't know why, but simple math. You'll reverse those. It's 5 sets of 3 to get to 15, or 3 sets of 5. We can just count straight up. I like to break it down because I'm an idiot when it comes to counting. And when I get to about 7 or 8 or 9, I start to mix all those things up. And so when I break it up, I end up not fucking up my counting. I swear the steroids do not kill brain cells. 3, 14, 15. It's funny. Romeo would be proud of me. I got to 15. It's funny because when I just did that, I got to 10 and I was about to start at 1. I was gonna do, I got to 10 and then start counting from 1 to 5. I don't know. It's been doing this for so long that your mind knows what it goes to. I almost never count. When it's 15 or 12, I almost never count to that number. If I'm doing 12, sometimes I count to, like I said, 10, and then I just add 2 more. Or I do 2 sets of 5, And knowing that that's 10, and then I say, okay, got 2 more. I've been doing that for years, guys. Small goals to reach your bigger goals. So, not saying you need to do it. Just, like I said, what I've been doing forever.